So technology can be an amazing thing. It can also be used as a form of abuse. Today we're going to talk about some of the ways that it can be abusive and most importantly give tips for victims, survivors, and their allies. I'm Eboni K. I'm a lawyer, a journalist, and a longtime advocate for domestic violence survivors. Today I'm going to explain some of the tools to help victims and survivors. To do that, I'll draw on insight from TalksOnLaw and an incredible group of public interest and pro bono attorneys. So what is technology abuse? Step one is identifying it. You can think of these in four major categories: tracking, hacking, harassing, and controlling. So tracking involves following location and online activities, and technology has made tracking much easier in recent years. So abusers can now use GPS devices to get real-time locations of their victims. They can do this with apps on their phone. Some of them are social apps, but also tracking apps, like what we use to find our children or even a missing phone. Let's talk about hacking. Now, hacking involves accessing social media accounts or devices without permission. Now let's talk about harassing. Now, harassing is the repeated contact with someone using social, online, or digital reach out. Lastly, let's talk about controlling. Controlling is all about limiting your access. This could be cutting you off from friends, family, email, or even limiting your financial access, like your access to your bank or bank accounts. So next we want to talk about safety. Technology abuse is complicated and everybody's situation is different. We want to encourage you to trust your instincts and evaluate what is best for you. So in setting up your safety plan, you want to figure out if someone has access to your device or is monitoring your whereabouts. So if you suspect the abuser is monitoring your account, try using a different device or perhaps an account that the abuser does not have access to. Sometimes abusers escalate their control when they feel they're being cut off from access. So before you cut off access, try to think through how the abuser will respond and plan for your safety accordingly. So a part of your safety plan could be make sure you check the settings on your device, look out for accounts that are not yours that are on your device, and check out the apps that you don't recognize that are on your device. Another tip could be to maintain the old devices to make sure that your abuser thinks those are still in use while simultaneously acquiring new devices and make sure that your friends and family can have access to those. And it's really important to remember the documentation piece. Again, if you find yourself trying to go to court and prove these things in a court of law, you have to have the evidence. So because these are digital files, you want to make sure you're keeping logs of the abuse. You want to make sure you're sharing the digital files with a trusted friend or family member, making copies, forwarding themselves to your other accounts, anything to preserve the record and evidence of the abuse. So once you've planned for your safety, a next step can include taking action. Yes, as a survivor, you do have legal rights. Let's start with your criminal law rights. Now, every state has laws against threatening, harassing, and stalking. And some states even have specific laws against stalking online or cyber abuse. But there are other remedies. You can seek a protective order to have the abuser stop harassing, threatening, or stalking. Also, in civil law, you can actually file a lawsuit and potentially seek money damages for the harassment, threats, or stalking you've endured. Finally, if you think you're a victim of technology abuse, seek help from an attorney or victims assistance group. We've also provided additional resources, so check out that section. I'm Eboni K. and thanks for watching Talks on Law.